I can tell you like this: there's so many different analogies to be said. There's so many different attitudes to be had. There is a small margin of error when it comes for our city. In the next days, after a fallout from what we've seen in the streets, it has been monumentally awful. And people are making this a black thing. Those young people that did what they did don't represent the race of people. They represent young misguidedness. Okay? When you protest with a point. You protest with a message. I don't see a message here. I see just violence, chaos, on unorganized disruption. I see nobody and everybody's, where's the parents? Where's the parents? Where's the parents? The parents are probably no better off than these kids. Daddy probably locked up, mama probably on stamps. Right? How did they get there? We got to look at the greater problem there is. This didn't happen in their neighborhoods. They're downtown in Millennium Park. Who told them to go there to do this? These young people was just all hanging out downtown in Millennium Park and decided to do this? No. This is organized by someone. Someone organized this attack to put together for to have these young folks go there and everybody else just join in and start tearing something up. They don't even know why. This is how you get restrictions put on yourself. When they just did the tearing down and burning up all the stores, that was just 2 years ago. When they start burning down your stores, there's businesses that never came back, and these businesses were in your community. Now you got to go way out to go grocery shopping. Now you got to go way out to go do this, do that. Because the people with money, they don't want to come over there no more. Those stores was keeping the people in the neighborhood spending money if they driving around in the neighborhood. Now, if there's no place to spend the money at in your neighborhood, why would the city want to build over there? Why would they want to fix up over there? There's no money there. Don't you get it? This is how they destroyed the west side of Chicago. Now, with that in place, you have other problems in faction. You have other directions that's not going anywhere. What is wrong? The system is wrong. When you live in a thriving area, in a thriving environment, a thriving neighborhood, you know what works and what don't work. Here, there's about 4 trading and coding places, schools, recreations. It's countless recreations here to keep kids busy. Kids they got things to keep them activities, learning centers, skate parks. They even got a place where they can go do karaoke. They got, for kids, teenagers, there's places you can take a girl on a date. For kids, they do miniature golf. You don't have these opportunities in these neighborhoods. And that's part of the problem. As you look at what's left or the aftermath of our city, what you're going to do is see more restrictions that you're going to put on yourself. Now, teenagers are not going to be allowed to be unaccompanied downtown, or you're going to be arrested. You're going to see more laws to have you arrested for no reason, where any other teenager anywhere else in the world don't have to go. But if you're black and it's more than 2 of you, you could be considered a gang. Mob action. And you will be arrested for it. Now they got a rap sheet on you earlier. They have more ways to put you right where they need you. You'll still get nothing. all those companies or all those things that you destroyed, it's insured. Those people get money. They'll say this was stolen, even though it wasn't. And then the insurance money will pay it. And the city is held accountable for this. But now we're going to have more restrictions to protect people that's downtown. And now it's scarce to keep out more of the darker element to make it peaceful for the lighter element, right? So now more restrictions are going to happen to you. All of this stuff is on your head, and you have nothing that you will be able to gain from any of it. It's all to tear you down. You're not going to get anything out of this, but they're going to get everything. You see, once you realize that this system has been in place to keep you down, you have to fight the system. Like they say, fight the power. You can't fight the power by doing what they want you to do. You have to do what they don't want you to do. You can't say, hey, they want me to sell drugs. And don't say, hey, I don't have no other choice. You have to get in the game. Most of you don't have these opportunities. So these programs are out there for you, but you got to want to do it yourself. You might not be in a home that tells you to come home and don't cut up. Because we know families with two fathers and mother in the household, and these kids still act up. So it's actually about who in the household. Because if the mama and daddy is out there, they ain't going to be going for that. They'll be calling up like, hey, is that Junior? I know that ain't Junior. I just know that ain't what I think it is. And when they see that belt come off, you get towed up. Well, that keep you in the house. That keep you from doing stupid stuff. Because there's a lot of foolishness going off here. Kids are exposed to more drugs and alcohol and all of these medicines and toxins to keep themselves more psycho, having effects on their brains. They don't even know how to talk to each other without screaming and yelling. And we've never been at a worser time as a people than we are right here in 2023. Never. I would never dream of even using profanity in front of my mother. That respect level is gone. It wasn't out of fear, it was respect. And now that the respect is gone, I don't know what else there is. I don't know what else is holding everything together now. How are we going to unify when we can't even stand, most of us can't even stand the sight of being next to some of these young folks? You know, it's not like a black or white thing. Shoot, we all saying we don't want to be around that. So it's not like because they are same color, we like the crime too. No, senseless, stupid crime is just what it is. Senseless and stupid. Why should we applaud it? Why should we champion it? It makes no sense. This is why we're stuck in a dilemma of running around in the hamster wheel, not going anywhere. And they give LeBron something, that means we ain't got to do nothing. No, still behind the 8 ball. Look at this. If you think I'm crazy, look at this. This is a prime example.
On my baby. On my baby. Y'all better go ahead.
Dumbass.
Y'all get that dumbass off the car and take these hands. Dumbass bitch. What the fuck is you talking about?
Hey, hold on. Hey, my car, bro.
On my baby, hit my car. All you gotta do is touch this bitch. On my baby, hit it. On my baby, hit it. On my baby, hit it. Hit it. I did. On my kids, anything for the move.
Give me that walk. Give it up. She just tweet.
What's your dumb ass kick in? You finna go your dumb ass to jail over here.
So you see what I'm saying? As you can see, this is a growing problem in the community. This is not a singular problem. This is a major problem that's been happening around the globe. But my city, I get to see it and know about it firsthand because they won't let you live it down. It's always us in a negative. But you can't ignore the fact that these kids don't have a job. These kids don't have outlets. They don't have summer job programs like when we were growing up. They don't have these same opportunities that a lot of people were allotted to. Now, is that okay? No. Does this mean the parents don't have to parent? No, not saying that. But if your parents are screwed up because they grew up in this same system, I know because I slept with a lot of them. So I slept with a lot of these parents. That's how the kids is out here acting like this. So trust me, I've seen it. I've seen it, seen it, seen it. It's not a joke. This is what society is and how the game is played. You have to realize that they want you to fail. They want you to be that example. They want you to be terrible. They want you to be looked at in such a way that's foul and disgusting so that they can point the finger and say, look at them. They've been doing this for thousands of years of exploiting the fact of who you are. What we lost is our knowing, our fact of knowing, our unity that we used to have, being unified, knowing what the greater problem was, what the greater enemy, who it was, and not letting those enemies take us apart by turning us against each other. That's our greatest enemy. Our greatest threat is us. Because we've allowed them to penetrate and infiltrate our minds with all of these things they would never be able to fool us with 1,000 years ago. Shoot, 20, 30 years ago, they couldn't do this. They couldn't get us to buy this stuff. They couldn't fool us with this treachery and not have us know who the person was that's against our own very good. We all looked out for each other. We didn't have to know where he came from. We saw a brother. We was, hey, man. Hey, I got you. You got me, I got you. All right. Because we knew we're the underdogs. We're the ones that got a lot to lose. Our back is against the wall always, no matter what. We're judged by our color, and that's it. We don't have the luxury to go out and do youthful exuberance and just be like, oh, he's just young. He's just trashing a trash can, kicking stuff around. See, they can go around and vandalize property and nothing's going to happen to us. They call the insurance money and be like, oh, we'll get his father to pay for it. Now, if these kids do it, they go to jail. These kids can set dumpster cans on fire, going up and down the street, keying cars. They're not going to get a record. They suburbanized kids they're not going to get nothing on their criminal record. They might get scolded and a father and parents or whatever have to pay, but they're not going to get a criminal record. They can still go to Yale, but you go to jail. Understand that. Now, this silly woman who decides to go off and hit a car at freezing because you got a jacket that don't come all the way down your waist. You got it at waist high. Freezing on a bus stop. Trying to be fashionable and cute. Do you want to be that or you want to be warm? I think I want to be warm. So, if you're not impressed with the way I dress, perfect. You're not the person for it. That's why I attract a certain group. I attract women who are in business or inspiring to do things and business or already have a business where they're not dependent on a man to take care of them. Because I dress and I hang and function in factions and places where this kind of attitude, grandioseness, is not there. It's not looking down on you. It's just saying you get what you put out. Like they say, when you gotta grow out of childish things and you start, getting your man thing on. You think your grandfather and them start looking like that their whole life? No. They was a kid, they wore crazy stuff too, but when they got older, that stuff had to go. They had to put on a dress shirt, some slacks. They had to learn how to iron their clothes and get their socks together, their shoes, and the little things are missing, like learning how to shave and how to get the hairs out of your ears and how to groom yourself properly. Man things that only a man could teach another man or a young man or a kid or a son that's coming up. They need these kind of, foundations in the neighborhood. And what's happening is you having these overgrown man-childs hanging out in the streets with these young folks, and they only want to hang with them to try to be cool because they've missed their boat with the people that was in their group. They moved on. They married families and everything else. You got to still hang around with guys like this who are not going anywhere. And you stay stagnant. And for women, I don't understand it. Obama gave y'all free college if y'all have a kid. Y'all had free college. All y'all needed was to have a child and y'all got free college out of it, right? What did that get everybody else? You got low rent. Instead of saying, man, I can go and, learn and get myself together and take care of my child and make sure everything is on the up and up. I got this low rent. You still trying to trap a man and want to use all the money to go to the club, buy a dress and a purse to go to the club to try to trap a man into taking care of you. When did we become the people that do that? You know what I mean? So, I ain't gonna harp on this too much. I think I went too far. I want to say shouts out to Kwame Brown Bust Life, Kwame Brown Bust Life 2.0. Don't forget to listen to me on the Patreon. We got a lot more going on behind the scenes of stuff that we can't show you on YouTube here, but we can show you on the Patreon. So stay tuned or sign up for the Carcino for Life Patreon, where you can see some of the stuff that happened behind the scenes, and therefore you can be caught up to date with everything. Thanks for everybody who hit up my cash out, which is Carcino. Thank you. God bless you. I appreciate that. And everybody that super chatted, thank you. If you didn't, love that the fact that you guys are listening. Hopefully, this information don't go over everybody's head. It's not just words that's wasted. We got to start doing better now. We got to start pushing our children to get jobs in other areas, whether it's online jobs or whatever. It's a necessity, because there's nothing outside but trouble, and they waiting to use your children to change the laws to hurt and incarcerate your children. I'm out.